Hello and welcome everyone to another stream by Sim Aviator, and today we're gonna be doing the leg 2 for our around the world in 80 legs, where we'll be flying from Paris, where we last left off from the flight from London. So we'll be flying from Paris to Amsterdam in this one, and this is going to be in association with one of the airlines that I just joined. The virtual airline that I just joined, the Delta Virtual. The link is down in the description below. Do check them out if you want to join a virtual airline. They're one of the coolest guys I've met, so absolutely check them out. Next thing, today we're going to be flying the A321. And before we get started, I request you to, like, subscribe, and share, and join my Discord server if you want to stay in touch with me. If you enjoy the content, do let me know down in the comments. And without any delay, let's get this thing started. Alright, so as you can see, we are in the Air France A321 today, and we'll be using the X checklist to get this bird started. So let's jump straight into the cockpit and check the external power. It's already available. Let's actually go ahead and set up our loading data. So let me bring up the flight plan for that. And there it is. Alright, so payload. Let's go to the payload section. Down here. Oops, where is it? Okay, there you go. Payload. So passengers, 223. That's... yeah, that weight is going way too high, but passengers, 223. And zero fuel weight needs to be 70.1. So let's just try and reduce these things here. Let's do yeah, that's about right. We're not flying with any cargo. So apply these load settings. Next we check our block fuel, which is 6397. So we'll round it up a little bit more up than normal. We'll round it up to 6.5 tons. So we definitely have much more in here. So 6.5 tons. So we are done with that. So block fuel is set. Forward and aft doors are open. Cargo doors are open. Before we enable the external power, let's turn on the battery. The voltages are about 25.5 volts, so that's good for us. Batteries on. Let's connect external power, and we see the plane starting up. Before we forget, let's turn on the brightnesses of all the displays. The EHAM displays here, and the first officer side. Alright, so we have enabled external power, dome light as needed. Engine masters, let's check 1 and 2 are off. Weather radar should be off. It is. Gear lever is down. Wipers are off. Batteries are greater than 25.5 volts. And batteries are set already. So that's kind of reversed. We should have the batteries first on this checklist. So yeah, that is something to keep in mind. Always turn on the batteries first and then connect external power. Alright, let's go to the overhead panel. Oh, I think oh yeah, I did that. Let's check the APU. It works fine. Engine 1. Engine 2. And APU, we're not turning on the APU just yet, so We don't need that. Econ flow can actually we can't. We do not want to turn it on. We are full plane or plane full of passengers, so that's definitely you don't want to do the econ flow. Cargo heat switch is checked. Captain, all the displays are bright. Captain oxygen. Let's check this. Pressure, electric, hydraulics. Check the doors. Oxygen is fine. So we have that checked, and all these are checked as well. Speed brakes are. Let's have a better view about it. Speed brakes are disarmed. Flaps lever are at 0. Parking brake is active or on, and we are on to the next checklist. So let's go back to the overhead. Left overhead. So the panel is divided into left, center, and right. So left overhead is this one. So what's oxygen crew supply? Everything is extinguished here except the terrain and the system, but oxygen crew supply is extinguished. GPWS buttons all extinguished except fault on terrain and systems is what it says. So we're good. Evac switch. Where is the evac switch? There's the evac switch. Yeah, they're all fine. ADIR selectors will go first one, IR1 to nav. Wait for the battery light to turn off and do the same for IR2 and then IR3. And it's done. So let's go ahead and so the left overhead is done, and now we'll move on to the center overhead. For some reason they have included this in the left, but it's on the center. So we'll do strobe lights on auto, and that's auto. Nav and logo light, so it says 1 in day and 2 at night, so let's switch it to 1. We're flying in the daytime. Remaining external lights are off. Seatbelt signs can come on. No smoking signs. Auto. Emergency exit lights can be armed. Annunciator light check. Check if all the buttons have the lights come out, and then we can turn it off. And remaining init lights as needed, so we're good. Probe heat. So let's go back to that view there. Probe heat are all extinguished. It's good. Cockpit and aft cabin temperature. So we have a lot of passengers, so we can probably give some more air to them. Batteries 1 and 2 off, then on, and then alright, fuel pumps all on. I missed that one there. And we've already done the engine fire test, so that's done. Alright, right overhead. Let's move there. Audio switching. Let's turn on the radio. And these things are not simulated, so we're not gonna look at those. And these are off. So we're now on the console. Again, just check gear lever is down, left and right brakes pressure. So We do have some brake pressure going on. It's not zero, so you can use that. Chronometer, time and date look correct. See if we can see the date. I think we're flying a day behind, but it's okay. It's not gonna matter for the simulation purposes, but if you want to go for realism, you could go ahead and fix that in the menu right here. So, and landing gear annunciator show 3 green, so we're good. Brake fan is off for now. Let's just check the wheel temperature here to see if we need any brake fans. We don't, so we're good. Radio, so before we forget, let's brighten up the FMCs as well. Not the FMCs, but the MCDUs, that's what they call it in the Airbus. Okay, so we will turn on the radios on the captain's side and the first officer's side there. Lights are fine. Weather radar's off. Multi-scan should be on auto. PWS is off. GCS is auto now. Tilt 5 units up. So that's that. Speed brakes are disarmed. Cockpit door is norm. Okay, switching buttons, norm. Upper end, lower EHAM display adjusted. Flaps lever. So if we want to look there, the flaps, this is what shows the flaps here. So the flaps are at 0. And landing elevation, I'm not quite sure where that is, so if someone knows it, please let me know in the comments below. Status page, normal on the left side. I think we didn't do this. Okay. Thrust lever is idle. Vote. Engine masters 1 and 2 off. Parking brakes are active. Rudder trim we can check. It is 0 here. Radio, first officer, and everything is on there. Floodlight is okay. Transponder 1 and 2 as needed. And at this point, we will go ahead and ask for, let's see what we have next. Yeah, at this point, let's just go ahead and ask for clearance so we get the transponder code from the ATC. So as I can see, we have ATIS. So we have information Charlie. And the delivery is not online, so we'll have to contact tower for clearance 119.25. Good evening, Paris Tower, Air France 1440, radio check.
Air France 1440, good evening, radio 5x5.
Okay, so we have information on Charlie.
Merci, au revoir.
Paris Tower, Air France 1440 with information Charlie requesting IFR clearance to Amsterdam. We are at gate Kilo 21 and we are an Airbus A321.
Air France 1440, clear to destination Amsterdam via the normal 3 Alpha departure, runway 27 left, is your climb flight level 100, scope 5705.
Can you say again the initial climb and squawk please for Air France 1440?
Air France 1440, initial climb flight level 100, and scope 5705.
Air France 1440 is cleared to the destination via Norma 3 Alpha departure, normal transition, initial altitude 100, flight level 100, runway 27 right and squawk 5705.
Air France 1440, confirm departure 27 left.
27 left Air France 1440.
Air France 1440, read back, Chanex 1920, wind 210 degrees 1 for knots, clear for takeoff, runway 26 right. Clear for takeoff, runway 26 right, Chanex 1920.
Okay, so we have gotten our departure and our departure clearance, and our squawk is 5705, so let's set that here, 5705, and turn that to responder. So we have that taken care of. Our initial altitude is gonna be flight level 100, that's 10,000 feet. And we're gonna be on QNH and not in HBA then rather than in HG. Okay, so what's the weather like? Initial is okay, 27 left, perfect. Weather, the altimeter is 1010. And let's do it on the first officer's side. That is done. And let's get done with this as soon as possible. Transponder status is standby. Okay, everything else is done. MCDU brightness is set. And we will go ahead and program the MCDU. Let's bring that up. Check everything's correct here, which it does look like, so let's go to init, flight number A.
Chanex 1920, contact departure 133.370 contact departure on 133.375, correct? Chanex 1920. Correct.
Okay, seem like we don't have the company route in yet. Let me just fix that real quick, and we will get going as soon as possible.
Paris-Tour, bonsoir, 16h33 Oscar. Avec la formation whisky à bord, nous sommes prêts à demander une clearance pour relief à destination de London City. Connexion Ryanair 763 Oscar, bonsoir. Le plan de vol pour London City est approuvé. Départ Adrex 3 Alpha, piste 27 gauche, montée initiale niveau 100, transpondeur 5744. Vous pouvez répéter transpondeur à 963 Oscar. 763 Oscar, transpondeur 5744.
Okay, hopefully we should have it in here. Now we have it. So we have all the things populated there. Let's go back to our flight plan. Let's check the cost index for today is 35. So let's quickly put that in. Cruise flight level and temperature. So we're gonna be at 300, the flight level, and the temperature is gonna be the top of climb temperature here. So quickly, let's look for top of climb. So we have that, and minus 40. So slash minus 40. Let's align the IRS. That worked. It did. So we are done with init A page, so aircraft model, aircraft engine rating, nav database, and everything is checked. The init A page is done. Let's go to the flight plan page. LFPG, we're gonna be departing runway 27 left. And our Norma 3 departure. There's so many stars Paris has here. Norma 3. Wait, am I missing something here? Okay, no. Norm 3 Alpha. And no transition there. Go to the temporary flight plan, temporary insert. So that is, let's go to the destination. Arrival. We don't know the runway yet, but we have selected, I would believe, the Danu 1 Alpha. There we go, Danu 1 Alpha. So we'll select that. And I think it's via DNUT, so let's see if we have that available. It doesn't look like we have that available. I didn't see it. So let's just do it this way. Temporary insert, and let's check for any discontinuities there. Nope. We're good to go with the flight plan discontinuity. So route is checked, temporary insert is done, runway is selected, SID is inserted. All these things have been done. And we can do this later on. We are not doing the RadNav page, we're not using the VOR, so that is good. So let's go back to init and let's go back to the init B page. So for init B page, let's go to the Toliss menu again. Flaps will be 1, so we'll be using flex temperature, that will be 41. So let me, okay, let's get rid of the flight plan first on the screen. Okay, so you can see the FMC. Alright, so our zero fuel weight for today is gonna be 70.1, and then so let's put that in, and 28.6 is our center of gravity. Block fuel for today is 6,500. Sorry, my bad. Needs to be 6.5 tons. And we have everything else decided here. So, this is done. Let's get rid of the FMC for a moment. Onto the secondary flight plan. We're not using any of these. We're not using the secondary flight plan, rather. Holding wheels not needed. Destination runways are not needed. So let's go back to the MCDU and go back to the performance page, and let's bring up the Toliss menu again. My bad. 162, 162, and 165. 162, 165. We're pretty high we wants today. Flex temperature is gonna be 41 degrees, so let's put that in. And flaps 1. And we're good to go on this page. Don't need the secondary flight plan again. And we have set these. Thrust reduction height. It's done, and we are done with the MCDU. So let's bring back the checklist. And let's close the doors again. Why do I keep closing it when I have to use it over and over again? For ground services, okay, they're on auto, so they'll turn off. So let's go to the overhead and start the APU master switch. And click on start. So flight directors are on both sides. And I'm gonna select the display to arc, and we'll keep the range small for now, about 20 nautical miles. Barometer is set, or the altimeter as they call it. Let's turn on the constraints. Speed is managed mode, heading is managed mode, altimeter to, oh, they're calling this the altimeter, but anyway, the altitude is set to initial climb altitude, that's flight level 100, so we have that checked. And the same for first officer, but we don't have a first officer, so we will just, okay. Seatbelt signs are on already. APU bleed once the APU starts, so let's check the EHAM page here on the APU. And the APU is completely on, so we will turn on the APU bleed and then disconnect the external power. Cargo and passengers doors are set. Weather briefings and fuel briefings and the speeds have been obtained. Contact ATC for startup, for push and start. Alright, we should be able to push there. Alright, let's call for pushback. Paris Tower, Air France 1440, ready for push and start. Paris Tower, Air France 1440. Oops, I was pressing the wrong button. Paris Tower, Air France 1440, ready for push and start.
Air France 1440, push and start, group facing north.
Push and start approved, facing north, Air France 1440. Okay, so let's see where we're facing. So we're facing west right now, and to face north we're gonna have to have nose right, so we'll push back to left. So let's call the better pushback and start the pushback here.
Run to cockpit, please show me where you want to go. Run to cockpit, tow is driving up.
Okay, so let's just sit back and wait for the pushback tug to connect. There's a pushback tug coming in. Connecting to our plane. Welcome to the stream, Beardo Weirdo. Thank you for joining, my friend.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed, ready to connect.
LR 763, car roulé point d'attente Québec 627 gauche via Echo Québec numéro 2.
No connected and lights have been inserted. Resume parking brake.
Québec LR 733.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
So parking brake has been released. Let's turn on our beacon light, which we forgot. We should have done it earlier. What is it? Okay, that's a weird way to start the pushback. I have no clue what he's doing. Hopefully he turns. He is. Great. So let's go ahead and start the engine so the engine mode selector can go to ignition and start. And let's do the engine to start. Let's watch the engine come alive in just a moment. There's the beautiful Neo engines coming on. Look at the beautiful sounds there. Alright, let's go ahead and turn on engine 2 once the engine 1 is started up. Engine 1's. Pushback procedure is about to be completed.
Operation complete. Set parking brake. Disconnecting tow. Standby.
Confirmez départ la 27 gauche, linéaire 733 linéaire 763 Oscar affirmatif, comme vous partez vers le nord, c'est la 27 gauche. 27 gauche, linéaire 637. Air France 1238, vent 210 degrés.
Hey Thomas,
Toliss, Nicolas,
thank you for joining, man. Welcome to the stream. We have just finished pushing back, and we'll do the rest of the checklist and we'll get going. Okay, so engine 2s are done, engine 1s are done, chronometer on the captain side can start. APU bleed is on anyway, and APU master, so let's just turn them off.
Pin has been removed. Hand signal of the left. We'll see you
Okay,
next
so
time.
APU
and
bleed
have a
off,
flight.
APU master is off, so we'll switch over to our engines, engine power. Trim wheel position is set. Engine mode selector can go back to norm. Speed brakes, let's arm them. Rudder trim reset, just make sure it's correct. Pushback cruise disconnected. Let's set our takeoff flaps here. Okay, the flaps are out. Let's check our flight controls. Control. Alright. Okay, left, right, elevators working, rudders are all good. So flight controls have been checked. And let's remove it. Weather radar on system 1, so let's go ahead and do that. There we go. Auto brakes need to go to max. Takeoff config test. Where's the takeoff config test? Okay. Need to check the cabin.
Air France 1238, completé.
And we are ready for taxi.
570 pour vol.
Tower Air France 1440, we are ready for taxi.
Air France 1410, correction, Air France 1440, taxi on point Quebec 6 runway 27 left, via Echo and Quebec.
Taxi Quebec 6 to runway 27 left via Echo and Quebec, Air France 1440. Okay, so we have taxi clearance, so let's quickly go ahead and view the charts. Huh. I have the new charts loaded, but let's see. Okay, there we go. LFPG. And we are right here. And we are gonna have to taxi 27 left via Echo and then Quebec, and we'll go all the way to Quebec 6. So let's go ahead and turn on the taxi lights to nose. Runway turn off lights can come on. Braking brake. Let's release it and we will be good to taxi. There we go. Okay. that's gonna be Echo, and then that's gonna be Quebec. Sorry, this one is gonna be Quebec. This is gonna, sorry, that one. Echo, Quebec, and Quebec 6. That's Echo right there, the visual confirmation there.
Passage Airbus compagnie Lufthansa de droite et gauche. Oui, passage Lufthansa Lufthansa 5 Papa Mike, your partner, continue taxi on point Quebec 4 line, but wait runway 27 left. Also to pass on line, going to line up 27 left.
So Quebec is the next right here, and let's refer the charts, and that's gonna be the first one there. So let's just turn right at this point at Quebec, and then we can taxi straight ahead, and we should be reaching our runway.
Standard 5 Papa Mike, take off runway 27 left, wind 220 degrees, 15 knots. Oscar, alignez-vous et attendez piste 27 gauche. On salue le matin, piste 27 gauche, merci notre tout.
This is just the leg 2, and just so you guys know, the next leg after we reach Amsterdam, we are gonna be going to Frankfurt, and then somewhere in the middle of these legs there's gonna be some interesting approaches there, so make sure you hit that subscribe button and be notified about this wonderful around the world tour that I'm really excited about. Just keep going straight, keep going straight. Checklists. hard to taxi without the front view, but let's increase the throttles a bit. We are flying pretty heavy. Usually the Airbus does pretty well on idle throttle for taxi. You might still have to ride the brakes sometimes, but we're heavy today. Just needs a little bit more power there. Alright, there's the other plane we see lined up. Probably is on runway 27 left.
Paris Tour, bonsoir, Air France 470, bonsoir, je reçois sur écran. Air France 470, un Airbus A321 au parking Whisky 3 avec l'information Charlie de mon client IHAM pour un vol à destination de 10-4-0. Air France 470, stand-by, je vous rappelle. Air France 470.
What is that? Lightning going on? What kind of flickering is that? Okay, so next one should be Quebec 6. It is, so we'll turn right there and then start doing our before takeoff checklist. Slow down a bit. And look for that right turn there.
Air 763 Oscar, contactez le départ 133, décimal 370, bon vol, à bientôt. 133, destination Nissan. Air France 470, prêt à copier. On est prêt à copier, Air France 470. Air France 470, par vol premier, Côte d'Azur approuvé, départ Latra 3 Bravo, piste 27 montée initiale niveau 120, unité de 0.
Let's bring up our
Montée initiale 120, transpondeur 1000 avec un départ Latra 3 en VO. Et 26 left pour la piste.
strobe lights and come on. Landing lights can come on. And those lights can go to takeoff.
470 c'est correct, rapide reposage. On va faire un roulage directement à 4.
Let's stop the chronometer and reset it.
Air France 470, juste pour être sûr, confirmer qu'on rappelle
Okay,
pris au
let's
reposage.
hold short here.
Oui, on confirme, c'est juste pour vous dire qu'on pourra rouler directement vu notre
Let's
configuration
call
de
the
départ.
cabin.
Merci, merci. Air France 1440, à niveau piste 27 gauche, attendez. Air France 1440, sorry, you were French. Nice, but we couldn't wait to sail left.
Line up and wait, runway 27 left, Air France 1440. Okay, parking brakes are out. We are lining up here. Get some more power. That's a quite a long piece of runway we are getting here.
Air France 123, heading lane number 1, continue approach runway 27 right.
Okay, let's set the parking brakes. Nice view of the Air France there. Tower Air France 1440 ready for departure.
1440, I give you a departure clearance in 1 minute for substitution.
Copy, no problem, Air France 1440.
Air France 1440, wind 220 degrees 15 knots, clear to take off runway 27 left, no delay please.
Clear takeoff runway 27 left, no delay, Air France 1440. Okay, let's get 50% N1. Engine stable, let's go to flex. V1, rotate. Positive right, gear up.
Air France 1440, contact approach from 133.370 back.
133.370, Air France 1440. Bye-bye. Let's bring it back to climb and go autopilot before we contact departure. And what was the frequency again? 133.37.
Voulez pas d'attente Québec, correction, voulez pas d'attente Tango 9, piste 23 qui part de André Tango. On revoit l'attente Tango 9.
Good evening, departure Air France 1440, passing 3000 for flight level 1.
Air France 1440, good evening, identify decline flight level 190.
Continue climb flight level 190, Air France 1440. Okay, let it make that turn first. And oh, that's way too high. 190, let's bring up the checklist. Landing gear lever is up, autopilot is engaged, thrust is for climb thrust, flaps are retracted, speed brakes disarmed, which we haven't, so let's disarm it. And we can now go ahead and turn off the runway turnoff and the nose lights for now. Contact ATC is done, so let's go forward to the next one. So as we approach 10,000 feet, we'll retract the landing lights. Seatbelt signs can come off. It's right here. LS buttons are already off. Airport button can active. It's always good to have the airport button or the airports on the display when you are in the air, so in case of engine failure or any other emergency, you know what is the closest to you. So always do that. Alternate flight plan we're not using, and we're not using VORs as well, so let's turn that off. We have already passed, so let's set the altimeter to standard.
Exit jet 701, confirm final flight plan 180. 180, apologies, we just had an issue with the pilot descending now to flight level 180. Exit jet 701, take Q-stop, no problem. You can contact Paris control frequency 128, 110, 128.1, exit jet 701, merci, bonsoir.
To a decimal 10 Air France 1440. Bonsoir, Center Air France 1440, climbing to flight level 19, sir. Climb flight level 300, Air France 1440. So we're gonna be climbing to our cruise altitude, and I keep hitting throttle quadrant for some reason.
Yeah, contact London now, 139.45. Okay, just give us the contact, 139.45. Alors, c'est 2, descendez 190, vitesse 9-0.
It looks like we're having some turbulence here, so let's go ahead and turn on the seatbelt signs. Good evening, passengers. This is your captain speaking. We have some moderate turbulence going on here, so I request you to kindly fasten your seatbelts. And I'll turn off the seatbelt signs once we're clear of turbulence. Have a good flight, everyone. Looks like we'll be approaching our top of descent soon, so let's go ahead and review the charts for the Amsterdam Star. So this is gonna be crazy to look for these, but let's see. We are gonna be on the DNUT 1 Alpha. We are DNUT. So let's see if we have Amsterdam ATIS. We do. Information Foxtrot, landing runway 16 right. Sorry, the 18 right. And so we might have to change our routing, maybe. Page and make sure that everything is correct. So DNUT HSD. There we go. We'll come in at DNUT 12575 Air France 1440. Bye bye. Busy frequency there. And center Air France 1440, flight level 300. Stand by, Roger. Descent flight level 150, down at 1 Alpha arrival, and runway 18 right there from 1440. Okay, so we're given our descent clearance. And we'll be starting our descent now. Alright. waypoint, so let's go ahead and put that into the FMC. Arrival and runway. Let's put that in temporary flight plan, temporary insert. Back to the managed one. For some reason, it doesn't let us do that. What was the waypoint before Sierra Papa Lima? After river, proceed to Sierra Papa Lima, Airfront 240. Okay, next waypoint is Sierra Papa Lima. Supposed to go to Sierra Papa Lima, but where is that? Why don't I see it? Oh, I think it's right there. Yeah, it's right there. Nice. Very good, so let's start with our checklist ASAP. Runways are set. Stars are according to the flight plan set. Temporary insert. ILS frequency, and so we're gonna get 1.8, so let me get that chart for you guys. Is what we're looking at. Descend flight level 70, Air France 1440. descent checklist managed. Speed 280 below 100 and fronts 1440. Let's go to this one right here. Go to the. Oh, I'm sorry. Wait a minute. In it. Let's put 1007 here. Temperature. Okay. Let's see what we have for the temperature. Temperature is 18. Winds are gonna be 230 at 10. And we're reducing our speed there. Vectors for ILS 18 right, and we'll keep the speed reference 1440. We have information Foxtrot. Heading 030, reference 1440.
flight level 60. Can you repeat?
Seatbelt signs are on constraints. Let's keep them active here.
Roger.
We're supposed to be. We'll probably turn us somewhere around here to come back into the runway, into the localizer. LS is active. Our meter is set. Front check is complete.
Roger.
Descent flight level 45, Air France 1440. Okay.
Good evening, Bosnia 761 Heavy, passing 2600 for level 60.
Look at that! What's going on? That's absolutely insane. The plane's jumping up and down. Expedite descent to 3,000 feet and be able to QNH Air France 1440. Let's give it some speed brakes so we don't have. Left 360 Air France 1440. Speed 180 Air France 1440. Alright, let's slow down to 180. Get some flaps coming out there. In just about a moment once we get below the orange marker there.
Roger, thank you.
Let's get the flaps out. Help us slow down further. Down to 2,000 Air France 1440. Okay, hopefully we make it well. Slowing down, let's go flaps 2. Right 090 Air France 1440. Right. 090. Right 170 and cleared ILS approach. 17 right. Oh, sorry, 18 right airfield 1440. Right 140. Let's turn on the approach face. Let's go to perf and activate approach face. Let's go flaps 3.
2,500.
And the localizer's coming in here. Hopefully we capture it well. Clear to land runway 18 right airfield 1440. And we have the localizer. Glide slope's coming alive in just a moment. J-Dame says, hey, just checking in. Man, thank you for joining the stream and welcome. Just in time to make it for the landing. Hopefully I don't disappoint you guys. It's probably only my second or third landing on the A321, so it's gonna be interesting. Charlie 9er and frequency change on the Air France 1440. Bye-bye. Have a good day. Should have gone the other way. Made it just in time to get almost full ATC. So that's good for us. And Amsterdam traffic, Air France 1440 on final 4 runway 18 right. Okay, we still don't completely have the runway in sight. Let's slow down to our man speed. Go gear down. Get the parking brakes armed. And flaps out. Landing gear all green.
1,000.
And just a moment. Let's go flaps full. We are flaps full. Alright, so autopilot disengaged, my plane.
Glide slow.
We're not on the glide slope.
300.
Glide slow.
Coming back.
Minimum.
Landing.
$100. 50. 40. 30. Retard. 10. 5.
That was butter, but way to the side of the runway. That is absolutely insane. But at least we got the butter in. That's our first butter on live stream. And I'm so happy about it. 80 knots. Reverser stowed, and let's go manual braking.
So traffic minutes 14.
And we should be able to exit here.
So we are doing a backtrack on runway 18 left to runway 24.
Skipple traffic, Air France 1440, clear runway 18 right. And someone said that they were gonna be backtracking the runway. So let's look at them. Let's turn on the parking brake here. Oh, that's definitely not the runway. But let's look where we have to go now. Oh my goodness, they dropped us way outside, and this is gonna be a crazy taxi into the gate. So let's just continue our taxi then. Let's close this chart here, and no, I don't want the checklist anymore. Amsterdam, we are on I believe this is runway 18 right. So we will exit here and then go all the way. That's gonna be a long taxi, my friends. Well, we didn't manage to land on the center line, but we got a butter. Not that it's great, but hey, at least we got the butter. And I tried correcting for that center line so bad, but yeah. Anyway, welcome passengers, welcome one and all to Amsterdam, and this flight was amazing. If you like the landing, please make sure you hit that like button and subscribe if you already haven't, and if you're new to the channel, it would be great, and you could follow me for the rest of the tour. And obviously this is not the only flights that I'm doing the regular VATSIM Friday night operations and just random flights as well, and everything is on VATSIM. So let me know, you guys, if you wanna get more information about how to get flying and get started on VATSIM, and I can make a video about it. That's a long taxi. Let's clean up, flaps up. Speed.
146 passing flight level, correct, 3,000 feet, range 10 departure, runway 24 back.
And at this point I'll just turn off one of the engines here. Single engine taxi for us. Nice little flight and landing part. We'll talk to you later on Discord. Absolutely, man. And if you want, you can join my Discord server as well. The link is in the description. You're always welcome. Thank you so much for joining in, Jay. Really appreciate it. I have no clue where we are going. This is an absolutely insane taxi. I think we might have missed the correct turn to the gate. Let's go ahead and turn off our landing lights and bring the nose back to taxi, and the strobes can come back to auto. Okay, APU. Wait for it, don't make that noise. And there's that wonderful takeoff going there. Beautiful views. We absolutely overshot the gate. Let's make it to the gate quick, guys. Whoa, look at that! We're going into the grass.
Triple traffic, Transmarket 605, we are...
Skipple traffic 1440 crossing runway 18 center.
Triple traffic, Transmarket 605, we are 9.24. Skipple traffic, Skipple traffic, Ryanair 55 Charlie.
Where do we want to go at this point? What's the closest gate? You know what? We'll just go ahead and park here. This is absolutely ridiculous. That's a super long taxi there. And my APU is going crazy with that sound for some reason. I have no clue what the APU is up to. Oh. Just go ahead and park here.
Traffic, Transmarket 605, coming to forward takeoff.
Alright, let's set the parking brakes and jump right into the replays. Parking brake is set. Let's cut out. See the engine 2. And we are now on APU power. Let's disconnect from VATSIM and I'll leave you a few replays to watch. Anyway guys, before we jump into the replay, I'd like to thank everyone who joined the stream, and if you're watching this at a later stage, please be sure to hit that subscribe button and like the video if you think the content's pretty good, and I'll bring more videos for you guys. Thank you so much for joining, and I will leave you with a few replays. Have a great day or night whenever you're watching this, everyone. Bye-bye. Well, looks like X-Plane has decided to crash on us, I believe. It's frozen completely. I will want to watch the replay. Let's just wait for a couple of seconds and see if anything works. Otherwise, I'll see you next time.